Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com. Have you ever taken the time to consider why some people have great relationships and others struggle and go from one dead-end relationship to another? Well, there was a time in my life where I pondered that same exact question. And what I ultimately realized not only helped me create the relationship that I really want, but it helped me to understand why people struggle in all aspects of life. See, what I want you to understand, and one of the takeaways from this video, is that a great relationship is simply a result. It's no different than getting in shape. It's no different than creating a successful business. And so there are specific things that people do who succeed, whether it's in a relationship, losing weight, or creating a great relationship. And there's also things that people have in common who fail. And that's what I want you to understand in this video today. So for the next couple of minutes, I want you to sit back and let's have some fun with this. So let's pretend that you wanted to create a result. And that result is you wanted to build a house. There are three things that you need in order to build that house. Now, the first thing is you need knowledge. You need to understand how to build that house. And when it comes to relationships, that's one of the problems, is we were never taught how to create a successful relationship. Now, I had good parents growing up, but they never taught me how to create a good relationship. And one of the reasons why, they were so busy just trying to survive. And, my mom was working 2 jobs and my dad was working 2 jobs. And, they were just trying to get through life and to provide for my sister and myself. But they never took the time to explain to me what a good relationship was. And so I had to kind of figure it out on my own through the school of hard knocks. So just because you don't have knowledge doesn't mean that you can't attain knowledge. And one of the things that I do now in my life is I try and learn smarter, not harder. And the harder way is learning through the school of hard knocks. It's like trying something. Oh, that didn't work. Well, let me try that. That didn't work. Let me try. And then hoping that one day we just figure it out and get it right. Where now what I do is try and learn smarter, as I simply find someone who's more successful than I am, who already has created that result, who's made the mistakes, who's learned from it, and who can shorten my learning curve. So the first thing you need if you're going to create that result, whether it's building a house or creating a great relationship, is you need the knowledge. You need to know how to do it. And if you don't know that, just admit it. Realization is the first step towards rehabilitation. You got to realize that there's a problem before you can work on that problem and fix it. So the first thing you need is knowledge. Now, let's say you had knowledge, okay? You're going to build that house and you had knowledge and you sat in your living room and you did nothing. What are the odds of that house getting built? Slim to none, right? Well, it kind of works the same way in a relationship. Just because you have knowledge, you've read books, you've searched the internet, you read, you watch blogs like that, doesn't mean that you're going to create the result. And that's the second action, is you need the skills. Okay? You need to know how to apply what you've learned, the knowledge that you've learned, and put it into action. That's what some people call wisdom. Wisdom is actually knowing what to do and then being able to do it to create the results you want. So you've got to have the skills, just like building that house. You've got to know how to put that house together. You got to know how to read the plans, how to put the floor in, how to put the walls up, how to put the roof in, how to put the plumbing. And if you can't do it, you got to find people to help you do it. Okay? And that's the second step, the skills. So you not only have to have the knowledge on how to create a relationship, you've got to have the skills. You got to be able to actually go out and create that relationship. That's the second part. Now, the third part is you can have the knowledge, you can have the skills, but if you just had a pile of wood and a bunch of plumbing supplies, you're not going to build that house. Okay? You need the tools. Okay? You need the third part. You need the actual physical material to create the house. Okay? Now, when it comes to relationship, you're saying, yeah, but what are the tools? What's the tools that are going to help me build a relationship? And there's only one tool. Ready? That tool is you. You are the tool. See, kind of works like this. You can have 2 people who go to the same college, have the same grades, take the same courses, get out with the same GPA, and yet one goes out and succeeds and the other struggles massively. See, it's not just about the knowledge. It's not about it's about who you're being as you apply those things in the real world. I always laugh. There was a town, literally the next town, and there was, for years, restaurants would come and go, and people would say, it's not a good location. And then about 15 years ago, this restaurant came in, and they've been a massive success. So it wasn't the location, it was the people who went in didn't have the experience, they didn't have the knowledge, or they didn't have the skills, but more importantly, they weren't the tool that they needed to be. They weren't that good foundation. And so if you're going to create a great relationship, which is simply a result, okay, let's get off of it. Let's start saying it's difficult. God doesn't want it. Men suck. And let's get off of that. And let's look at it for what it really is. A good relationship is a result. And if other people are creating that result, other people are succeeding, so can you. You simply need to know the knowledge, how to create it. You need the skills, not the school, the skills to take that knowledge, to put it into action. But more importantly, and this is what's often missing, is you need to be the person and come from the right space to put that knowledge and skill into action. And when you do that, that's when you create the results. I want you to think about this. If a man is going to spend the rest of his life and commit to one woman, okay, that woman's got to be pretty freaking special. Okay, there's got to be something unique about her where a man says, of all the other women in this world, I want to commit my life to you. And see, the beauty of that, what makes you unique is you. You don't have to be anything. You don't have to wear your hair a certain way. You don't have to wear push-up bras. You don't have to wear low-cut pants. You don't have to do any of that unless you really want to do that and that works for you. One of the reasons I fell in love with my wife is because she was authentically her. And when I met her and I saw who she was as a person inside and out, I realized this is the woman for me. I don't care that there's other women out there. This is the woman that I want to spend the rest of my life with. It was 16 years ago, and we're going just as strong, if not better than the beginning, because we've grown together, because we both picked the right person for the right reason. So, I hear all the time, well, Joe, you're just lucky. And I say, you know what? That's bullshit. Okay. I created my luck, and not because I was better or smarter, is that I actually figured it out. And one of the reasons I created GPS for Love is I don't want you to have to try and figure it out on your own. Now you can. Took me 14 years to figure it out on my own. You'll probably, now that you've got a little clue, learn a little harder. But I want to give you something to help speed up your journey. And, it's the reason why I left my chiropractic career is that being in a successful, fulfilling relationship, other than having kids, is one of the greatest joys in life. Knowing you can wake up to someone who's going to be there for you, who has your back when you need it, that's going to light up your world in and out of the bedroom, is the greatest gift in life. And knowing you don't have to struggle, you don't have to date another schmo, you don't have to do all that crap, play all those games that most people do just because they don't know any better and they think that's what they're supposed to do. That's the real joy in life. That leaves such an inner peace and a fulfillment that is indescribable. And that's my goal for you and everybody who's watching this video, is I want to help you how to get there. Now, I know some of you there are saying, okay, great, I've got this information, I'm going to take it and run with it. Awesome. Go do it. Go out and create that result. Now, I know some of you are going, oh, God, I don't know where to go next. I mean, I don't have the knowledge. I was never really taught. I don't know the skills. I mean, if you look at my relationship history, I kind of suck at it. And, I thought I need to be something, and, maybe you're struggling with, you're not feeling good enough, you're not feeling worthy, you're afraid you're never going to find it. There's stuff going on underneath the surface that you need to deal with, but you're afraid to deal with it, or you don't know how to deal with it. Well, if any of these sound like you, I want to offer you an opportunity to have a 30-minute consult with me. And that's to help you understand what's really going on. It's part of my GPS for Love mentoring program, where what I do is I take you by the hand and help you understand what's really going on so that you can develop the knowledge, skills, and more importantly, you can learn how to be who you really are so you can find and attract the person that you desire and you deserve. It's really not as difficult as you think it is. I would say it's kind of a lot like losing weight. It's simple, but not easy. There's just some minor tweaks, some minor changes you need to make. And when you do them, that's when the man magically shows up. But that's the difficult part. That's the part that's not easy, because there's reasons why we do what we do. There's reasons why we struggle. There's reasons why people struggle in the restaurant world, in the business world. There's reasons why people struggle for their weight. And that's what we're about at GPS for Love, helping people get to the real root causes of why they're struggling. Because once you identify the root causes, the rest, trust me, becomes so much easier, and believe it or not, it actually becomes more enjoyable. So that's my goal, that's my intention for you. If you're at that point in your journey where you've struggled for too long, you're tired of trying to figure it out on your own, you're tired of banging your head on the wall, you're tired of attracting the wrong guys or being attracted to the wrong guys, and you don't understand what's going on, and you really want to get to the root cause of that, I invite you to check out the GPS for Love mentoring program. And I invite you to have that one-on-one consult with me where we'll explore and we'll see what's really going on so you can create the results you desire and you deserve. As always, it's an honor and privilege to be with you. I'll see you next time. Much love.